The beginning of this journey to create this facility that we have here today started on the dance floor, the speaker's ball. Cindy and I were dancing, and Sandra just got this idea in her head that I need to talk to Tom right now.
Mayor Nafee saw how big this community was growing, how far it was going, and she thought that we should be doing more.
And so she pulled me off the side of the head, pointed her finger at me and said, Dr. Friedemann, when are we going to get a Tech school here in Edmond? You know we need one right now. When we first bought this land, it was just forced.
The first time that I found out where the new Francis Tuttle campus was going to be located, I drove to this particular spot and looked out at an empty field.
The vision for that campus is to do something that's really never been done, kind of the school of the future, if you will.
I thought that we needed to have somebody, Francis Tuttle, to design this unique, innovative center at the Danforth campus. And for me, I thought that would be Dr. Jared Scott. We sent Jared all over the country looking at the best career tech centers, and we basically gave him the mission, Jared, come back here, put all this together, and design the perfect career tech center that is worthy of Edmond and of the Francis Tuttle brand.
We reached out to our network. We wanted to tap into thought leaders, specifically in the business community, Google, Apple, some universities like Stanford and Georgia Tech and Purdue.
What does the programming look like? How did we want people to use the space? How did we want people to gather? What kinds of projects and activities did we want to be available for not only our students, but then also people from the community?
Jared said, hey, let's just put all the cards on the table and think about what the next big thing's going to be.
Our conversations were really centered around what did the students in Edmond want? What does the Edmond community need? And kind of bringing that all together.
We have a real simple mission. Are we preparing our students for success in the workplace?
We started off with a pre-engineering academy, and then it grew into a biomedical academy as well. And then we added a computer science academy.
We also have interactive media, pre-nursing, cosmetology, and we also have automotive service. When we looked at the enrollment for Edmond students, those were our most popular programs.
We knew we wanted to center it around entrepreneurship. We knew we wanted to center it around, flexible learning. We knew we wanted to strategically locate it to where it could serve their schools. So basically, this is Edmond's Career Tech Center.
Students now are really interested in opening their own businesses. And so it just kind of made sense that the next academy would be a complement to the other academies that we have, but then also help to grow the synergy really around entrepreneurship in the Oklahoma City area.
Built into the campus are the design thinking studios and the D School. The D School is a large space for us to teach how to leverage design thinking as a technique for creative problem solving.
Design thinking is actually a human-centered problem solving technique.
We have tech in these rooms where students can collaborate, they're walk through the design thinking methodology.
If you have an idea of a product that you want to come in and build, we're going to have a space that you can build that prototype.
We're going to have students from different programs in those spaces working collaboratively to solve these problems.
It allows students to come in and use the space, but it also allows businesses to come in and use the space as well. We didn't want it to look just like any other campus. Anytime you have natural light with students, it just makes a big difference. And so the campus you'll see has a ton of windows. It has a lot of natural light coming into it.
Typically, when you think of schools, you think of learning happens in a classroom, and that's the only place learning happens. And we know that's not true. Learning happens everywhere. And so we wanted to create a facility that had all kinds of different spaces. The stairway is a great concept to engage students in learning. From an instructional strategy standpoint, we think it's really important that every space is a learning space. A key thing we learned from Google was the idea of flexibility. Students need deep dive technical skills in their specific discipline, but they also need to be able to work with people from different disciplines and come together and creatively problem solve.
The furniture that we're using very much is collaborative kind of furniture, but there's also furniture that can be manipulated so students can work by themselves if they need to.
This is exactly the type of furniture we need to motivate students, to engage them where, they're creative, it's fun, It's energetic, and they can work with each other and just have a good time while solving these big problems. The stairs, the design thinking studios, the different furniture, put all that package together so that every space would be a learning space at Danforth.
This is an opportunity for our kids in our community that is going to be a point of pride for this town.
The talented faculty and staff and these high energy students will teach us all a lot about how education can be delivered in the future.
As this world evolves and as our society evolves, I'm hoping that our community at Edmond will realize that we're right in the middle of making sure this community is prosperous. So this is going to be a catalyst center for ideas and new business.
Many times I've tried to figure out how many people were actually involved in this and who were they. And when I start making the list, it goes on and on and on, because it wasn't just Francis Tuttle people either. It was people at Apple and Google and Stanford and in the Edmond community, the Chamber, the Economic Development Authority, Edmond Public Schools. We just had so many people coming together. And I just want to say thank you to that large group of people. This is just a testament to what the Edmond community can do, and I'm certainly glad to be part of the community and so thankful for this project.
The impact of what's done here will be felt across the nation and across the world.